now let's take the next step. What we're going to do now reminds me of learning the alphabet. Now, why is there an alphabet and why is it so important to learn in order to learn how to read? The answer is obvious, right? The letters in the alphabet are the building blocks of words. In China, they have a sign, a little drawing for every word there is. So they have close to 80,000 different signs that represent concepts and things. It takes a long time to learn to use this system because there is no system. Because these signs are not made up of building blocks like the alphabet. There's no way to decipher what they mean if you don't know already. But the funny thing is that there are about 170,000 words in the English dictionary that we actually use, over twice as many. And the weird thing is that these words are also symbols. Because when we read them, we don't go D-O-G says dog or something like that. When we read, we see the word and instantly our brain goes house or dog. Because it sees the pattern and not the individual letters. When we started reading, we were using the letters to spell our way through the words. But as we were reading some of the same words again and again, we saw the shape of the word and we stopped using the letters. So even though it seems impossible to learn the 80,000 Chinese signs, you actually know more signs than that. But the point is this: you had a tool called the alphabet that you could use to read the words before you actually knew them well enough to just see them and interpret them instantly. It took you almost no time to learn the tool that made you capable of reading 170,000 words. If there were no alphabet, you just had to learn 170,000 unrelated signs that you had to learn one by one. You would still be learning it now. And why am I talking about the alphabet and learning to read when this is a course on how to develop fretboard freedom? My point is this: if you had a logical tool that you could use to decipher the entire fretboard, then the challenge of developing absolute freedom would be quite easy, right? If you had a way to know where the notes were placed in relation to each other, then you would be halfway there. Well, I've developed a tool that will do just that for you, and it will take you just a couple of days to make it yours. When you have this tool, the rest is fairly easy because all you have to do after that is use it. When you know the alphabet, all you have to do is read enough words for the brain to begin to see the words as signs or forms instead of groups of letters. It happens all by itself. When you give your brain a logical system that it can use to navigate with, then all you have to do is to use it often enough for the brain to begin to see groups of letters called words instead of just letters. We're going to do the same thing with the fretboard, so you'll get a system that you can use to navigate the fretboard, and this is the core of the system, so stick with me here. Let's get very real and specific. After you've learned this system, you'll be able to navigate over the entire neck in very little time. You won't be able to do it lightning fast, but after you learn this part of the system, you won't ever be in doubt as to what pattern comes next. You'll be able to construct the dots on the entire fretboard in a fraction of a second. I really used to struggle with learning all the shapes on the neck, but one day, as I was contemplating the complexity of this challenge, it suddenly dawned on me. In 1 second of thought, I created this simple method that I hope will blow your mind and make you see that you can really master this thing much faster than you thought possible. So here it is, listen closely.